Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I would like to continue my previous video entitled South China Sea or West Philippine Sea Dispute. Violators of the ban face fines, confiscations of fishing equipment and criminal charge. In the 6 July 2015 notverbal, China demanded the Philippines respect China's territorial sovereignty, sovereign right and jurisdiction, and educate its own fishermen, so that they can strictly abide by the fishing moratorium. China warned that Chinese law enforcing authorities will strengthen their maritime patrols and other law enforcing action, investigate and punish the relevant fishing vessel and fishermen who violate the fishing moratorium. The high seas have always been part of the global commons. The high seas cannot be subject to sovereignty by any state before or after UNCLOS. Article 87 UNCLOS declares the high seas are open to all states, whether coastal or landlocked. Freedom of the high seas comprises inter alia freedom of fishing. Article 89 UNCLOS declares no state may validly purport to subject any part of the high seas to its sovereignty. Therefore, by appropriating the fishery resources in the high seas of the SCS, China is committing a grand theft of the global commons, making all states, coastal and landlocked, interest parties in the SCS dispute. All these acts of China demonstrate beyond doubt that China is claiming sovereignty, sovereign right and jurisdiction to all the waters, fisheries, oil, gas, mineral resources, seabed and subsoil enclosed by the 9 dash lines. The Philippines loses 80% EEZ facing the WPS, including Reed Bank and part of Malampaya gas field. Malaysia loses 80% EEZ in Sabah and Sarawak, facing the SCS and most of its active gas and oil fields. Vietnam loses 50% EEZ. Brunei loses 80% EEZ. Indonesia loses 30% EEZ facing the SCS in Natuna Islands, whose surrounding waters comprise the largest gas field in Southeast Asia. The Philippines will be left with a sliver of water as its territorial sea and EEZ. The Philippines and China will have a very long common sea border, 1,300 kilometers square, from Balabac Island in southern Palawan to Yamin Island in northern Batanes. The dashed line are just 64 kilometers from Balabac Island, 70 kilometers from the coastal of Burgos, Ilocos Norte, and 44 kilometers from Yamin Island. China is mass producing destroyer, frigates, corvettes, and other warships at a faster rate than any other country during peacetime. The U.S. Office of Naval Intelligence reported during 2014 alone, more than 60 naval ships and craft were laying down, loans or commissions, with a similar number expected through the end of 2015. China launched in 25 Type 056 corvette last 19 March 2015 out of 40 type of 056 Corvette fleet plan. The PLA Navy believes it can control the SES with 20 corvettes. China will deploy this year a 10,000-ton Coast Guard vessel, the world's largest blue water Coast Guard vessel. A second 10,000-ton sister ship is under construction. China has more Coast Guard vessels than Japan, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines combined. China's Coast Guard is the largest blue water Coast Guard fleet in the world. Under its 2015 China military strategy, China will shift from offshore waters defense to the combined offshore waters defense and open seas protection. The strategy states, the traditional mentality that land outweighs the sea must be abandoned, and great importance has to be attached to managing the sea and ocean and protecting maritime rights and interests. An island above water is a high tide is entitled to 12 nautical miles territorial sea. If human habitation or economic life is possible, it is entitled to an EEZ if there is a natural prolongation of its extended continental shelf. It is entitled to EEZ up to where the natural prolongation ends, but not exceeding 150 nautical miles from the outer limits of the EEZ. The maximum maritime zone a coastal state can claim is 150 nautical miles from the outer limits of its EEZ. Yet China is claiming maritime zones more than 150 nautical miles from the outer limits of the EEZ. An LTE is naturally formed area of land, loch, reef, rock, reef, atoll or sandbar surrounded by water, above water and low tide, but submerged at the high tide. An LTE is part of the submerged continental shelf. An LTE is not land or territory and has no territorial sea or territorial airspace. Article 13 of UNCLOS. An LTE beyond the territorial sea is not subject to appropriate by any state. Nicaragua versus Colombia ICG 2012. Neither is an LTE entitled to a territorial sea or any maritime zone. A rock above water at high tide is entitled to a 12 nautical miles territorial sea. Yet China has built artificial island on 7 reefs. China built a very cross reefs, Quateron reefs, Gavin reefs, Johnson Southern Reef, McKenna Reef, Mischief reefs, and Sapi reefs. However, China has also dredged 10 other reefs for filling materials. For the 7 reefs on which China has built island, according to Capt. G. Ashley Roach, China Deputy Permanent Representative to the UN, Wang Min, explained, the primary purpose of these activities is to improve the working and living condition on the personnel stationed there, to better fulfill our international obligation concerning maritime search and rescue, disaster prevention and mitigation, and to enable China to provide better service to vessels from China, her neighbor, and other countries sailing in the SES. So the time is up, and the article will be continued to read on the next video. So bye bye, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.